The Belize City Council will have to find thousands of dollars to correct an error that has occurred at the Lordridge Cemetery as it tries to deal with another sensitive issue. The question for them is, how did a person end up being buried in the wrong grave? The unpleasant discovery was made over the weekend when Hector Cunningham went to repaint his mom's grave for Mother's Day and discovered that someone else had recently been buried there.
I usually go to my mother's grave, for fix it and take care of it on Mother's Day. So I go on there. When I see one different grave, the grave broke down where I used to tend to and fix up. I gone to the city council and they tell me they have to try to see how they could, whatever.
You've buried your mother there when?
2000.
And every year you've been going there?
Going there, fixing up the grave, putting flowers and stuff like that.
The snafu occurred from the year 2000, that is 11 years ago. And every year for those 11 years, Cunningham has been going to the graveyard to repaint his mother's grave without knowing that she was buried in the wrong spot. City Administrator Candice Burke explained to Love News how the mix-up occurred.
We had a funeral that was a reopening about a month ago of a grave. And when the cemetery keeper went out there, he called in to say that the plate, the number grave that they gave him to reopen, he said that's not the name that he saw on it. And so they verified from here that that name was to be on the grave beside it. So he replaced the plate, the plaque. But apparently 11 years ago, Miss Lillian Lewis, who is Mr. Cunningham's mother, was placed in the wrong grave. His family plot is number 43 and his mother is in number 44.
But how could a mistake so grave have occurred and gone undetermined for so many years? City Councillor responsible for cemeteries, Wayne Usher, explains that the council's employee at the time was the one to blame. But now the council is introducing new measures to prevent a recurrence.
Well, we have not been able to contact the family of the woman that was recently buried. Yes. We are trying to get in touch with them through the undertaker, and we're hoping to meet with all the parties and resolve the issue.
We will be computerizing the system that exists. Right now, we still have it handwritten in volumes and ledgers, but we will be computerizing the grave spaces and the system, especially at the new Eternal God Memorial Cemetery.
From what I gather, Councillor, it's not a matter of the mistake being in how it's recorded down, whether handwritten or in a computer system. It's in that the employee who supervises the burial did not pick up that this was the wrong spot. It's a more of an on-site mistake.
Yes and no, because people will make, that's a human error. I think that was made at the time. But with computerizing, the chances of that happening again will probably just disappear. We will have to get the Public Health Bureau involved. When we are exhuming a body, we have to do it with the Ministry of Health's involvement, the Public Health Department. We have to do all of that. We have to take down one grave, exhume the body, put it in another, and then we have to build over.
While the council tries to correct the error, it doesn't take away the emotional and mental anguish for a son whose mother's grave has been desecrated, even if unintentionally.
I hope that the council try to do something fast and quick so that I go back to my grave.
We are very sad that this has occurred. We empathize with Mr. Cunningham and his family.
Councillor Usher could not give us an estimate of the cost to fix the error, since it will entail the involvement of various departments and an exhumation. Reporting for Love News, I am Marion Ali.